Okay, so recording has started. I will now share my screen. We will be practicing writing task 2 today. Okay, that is essay writing. We've not done essays in a while. Last week we ended with email writing, I remember. We also had an extensive session on reading. So this week we'll start with essay writing and then we'll progress to other modules during this week itself. Okay, so we've taken two topics for today. I'm sure my screen is visible to all of you. The first is a topic that's related to employment, and the sample essay written here is approximately 305 words. So they say that it should be 250 to 290 words, right? But ideally, I suggest writing 300, 315 words. You should write that much if you are expecting the kind of band scores that you are all looking forward to. 250, 260 is too little unless you're writing something that's extraordinary, but even then, normally this is what I prefer, 300 to 315 words. Okay. So everybody pay heed to that. And then moving on, the second essay is going to be about raising children. Okay. Now we will cover both of these topics one by one. Um, Almost the usual method. We will be reading the sample answers together. Reading of the sample answer is always, always, always very important. Mark my words when I say this. The more sample answers you read, the better you will end up performing in the exam. There are many students who tell me that मैंने आज के दिन में 3 ऐसे लिखा, मैंने आज के दिन में 5 ऐसे लिखा, and then they bring it to me, check करके दो, check करके दो, check करके दो. That's fine, no problem there. But like I've always insisted, अच्छा आउटपुट करने के लिए पहले अच्छा इनपुट तो लेना पड़ेगा ना. You have to take in good content, you have to take in good words, you have to take in good sentences. Only then you will be able to produce words and sentences of that same level. So in our case, where we are struggling most is that we have not been able to consume such content. ऐसा कंटेंट हम कंज्यूम ही नहीं कर पाए हैं, तो हमारे अंदर से ऐसा कंटेंट बाहर निकलेगा, उसकी हम आशा कैसे कर सकते हैं? खाली प्रैक्टिस से हो जाएगा? नहीं. Because language doesn't work like that. You cannot produce, whether it's speaking, whether it's writing, you cannot produce that level of content, that level of language, unless you have taken that in. So rather than focusing on writing one essay in a day, I would suggest focus on reading 5 essays in a day. दिन में एक लिखोगे उतने टाइम में आप दिन में 5 पढ़ सकते हो. Much better utilization of your time as well. Okay, so I've always told you all one rule, that even after so many years teaching, working with these exams, I still read the question thrice. It might seem redundant to people, it might seem unnecessary, it might seem repetitive, but no matter how straightforward or simple a topic appears, I make it a point to read the topic thrice. So I'm going to do that here with you guys as well. Let's read the first topic first. It's about employment. Some people believe that job satisfaction is more important than job security. You guys do know what job security means, right? Having a good job, having a stable job, having a job where you don't have the constant fear of losing it, where you have a stable pay, the income is enough to, help you lead a good life. So some people believe that job satisfaction, that you're happy in your job, that you love what you do, that is more important than job security. While there are others who think that a stable job is more valuable. A stable job, a job that pays well, a job that helps you live well, right? So discuss both views and give your opinion. Of course, we will go ahead and read the entire sample essay. We will learn a lot of new words also, but a little change this time. Before we read this, this topic will be given to two, three of you for you to talk about. How do you talk about it? Say for example, मेरे सामने ये topic रख दिया, ठीक है? कि रुचि, some people believe that job satisfaction is more important than job security, while others think that a stable job is more valuable. Discuss both views and give your opinion. And किसी ने मुझे बोला, लिखना तो छोड़ो अभी, can you talk about this topic for 5 minutes? Okay, so how do I talk about this topic, right? So I'll start somewhere here. In my 20s, when I was younger, I probably would have supported the viewpoint that, job satisfaction is much more important. In your 20s, I suppose you are a bit more optimistic about things. You don't have so many responsibilities. So I would have definitely gone with, the idea of job satisfaction being much more superior than stability. But now that I have my family, now that I'm responsible for people, I have a much more practical approach where I feel that job stability takes precedence over, job satisfaction. I think in today's volatile market where people can lose jobs at the drop of a hat, so many people in corporates are getting laid off. There are many people who are not getting their salaries on time. Getting a new job has also become, increasingly challenging. At a time like that, having a stable job, I think, provides a lot of peace of mind. It also provides financial freedom, financial liberty to be able to take other decisions, decisions that are centered around your well-being, your leisure time activities, traveling, going on vacations, things like that. All of that depend on whether you have a good stable job or not, and these things are very important and they contribute towards a good quality of life. So I think if I have a stable job, I will be happy. There are other things which I can sort of overlook at this stage in my life. This would be my conversation regarding this topic. We'll be silent for a couple of minutes. I'll give you all some time to think about it. Think. I'll pick out three names to talk about this topic. Remaining three, four people will talk about the next topic. Okay. So everybody doesn't talk about the same topic. Stay on mute. When the time is up, I'll tell you to start talking. Okay, let's see. Let's have Meet attempt this topic first. It's a simple topic, something that all of us would have thought about. So, Meet, prep yourself, sit straight, relax, shoulders down, take a deep breath. No stress, no performance, regular conversation on a very day to day topic, right? Don't bring the exam factor into it. Just take a nice deep breath. Talk to me about this topic. Go ahead.
So what I think if you try to create a dichotomy between job satisfaction and job security, it is kind of erroneous. What I believe both these things are like equally important. We should try to have like create a balance, like equilibrium between these two factors. And like to give you example, people who are working in military, like they have job satisfaction, they have pride for like for they have pride for having defense, being part in defense
Very
in
good.
industry. Yeah. And the second thing is their job is also kind of secure, like you are not going to fire anytime, like there will be like strict procedures to hire and maybe like firing. So that was my kind of view.
Okay, you started off very, very strong. I think the first line that you said, where you had all of these words, you had dichotomy, you had equilibrium, you had a couple of other words also. Really, really impressive, a very strong start. But then after that, I feel you faltered. Faltered means उसके बाद थोड़ा सा आप हिल गए, maybe because of lack of content. Yes, you gave an example regarding the military, but I also do think that this topic has the potential to bring forth a lot more content, a lot more points. Do you agree, Meet? We could have talked about
Yes.
this much longer, I suppose.
Yeah.
But I like how you started, so that's a positive. Let's focus on that. Next time, maybe longer than this. That's what we'll bear in mind, right?
Yeah. Like most
Okay,
of the
yeah.
time, like ma'am, I have difficulty, like developing an idea or getting to, get a content.
Okay, so had this not been a speaking topic, say for example, I was just talking to you, ठीक है? आपने इतना बोला that an equilibrium is important. You talked about army. Now suppose I'm counter questioning that. Sumit, I still don't understand. Like, what is your priority here? Is it still if you had to choose, what would you choose, me? Job satisfaction or stability? What do you think is more important? At least in your case.
Uh, I think job security is more important because at the end of the day, we need to pay for our living and manage our finances like rent and groceries.
So these are
And
non-negotiable expenses that are going to come up every month, right? So
yes,
following our whims and fancies, हमारे मतलब, शौक पूरे करना, not exactly शौक, but following our whims and fancies might not work.
yes,
So that's there. Also, Meet, what do you think about people having a lot of debt these days? Education loan, home loans. Isn't that a loop that we are caught in and we have to pay towards all of those things as well, right?
yes.
Plus, you're in Canada, so in order to lead a good life over there, do you think that job security is very important if you want to lead a comfortable life with your family over there?
Yes, I feel it is most important because, like I said, you have, recurring expenses every month. Like
Okay,
if you buy a car, if you own a home, there will be
okay,
mortgage, there will be car loan. So
okay.
job security, it will kind of make you like a stable,
Mm-hmm. Very
mentally
good.
stable, and
Ki-
won't
mhm.
stress you out. Yeah.
Okay, so your mental health will also be good because of that. You'll have more peace, right?
Yes.
This is how you develop the ideas. I had a conversation with you and you were able to develop the ideas. You have conversations with yourself and you try and develop the ideas. That's the only difference. Ask yourself things, be curious about things, right?
Yes.
No problem. Let's try the same topic with Kaushal. You're right on top of meat. Kaushal, same for you. Deep breath, fully relaxed, not an exam, not a performance, not being judged. I'm genuinely interested in hearing your opinion. That's about it. I can't hear you. Are you on mute? You're not, but still I can't hear you. No. Others, are you able to hear Kaushal? Is it just me? No, I think nobody can hear
No,
you. Yeah.
no.
Now,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Now we can.
okay, yes. So, in my opinion, like job satisfaction and job security both are equally important. For example, if we have a job, the like permanent job, but what about there is some mental struggle? Like if we don't like the job, then we exhaust every day and we feel like we need to quit that job
Mm-hmm.
because of the mental pressure. So in that case, if we don't like that job, we didn't interested on that job, then definitely we will we will quit that job. So I think that job satisfaction is also equally important in that case.
Okay. Can you also
Yes,
talk about the
and
importance of the other side also? So we can balance out the answer however karke.
Yeah. So, however, uh, if I'm talking about job satisfaction, then if we have a job satisfaction, then we can feel mentally stable,
Mm-hmm.
as well as our productivity. Like if we have an interest in that job, then we will do our job with the interest, and we
Very
can
good.
give our 100% on that particular things. And job security is also equally important because we need to pay our daily expenses, as Meet told.
Yes.
So if we have a job satisfaction and if we lose our job, then we cannot fulfill our daily expenses, right?
Okay. So
That's
basically, you are a
something.
proponent of the idea that there should be a proper balance between the two. Am I right? Okay,
Yes.
fine. Not always possible, but yes, very much possible for certain people. At least we know that you are pursuing that. You are pursuing a career where, you're satisfied and at the same time it's able to pay your bills as well. Okay,
Yeah.
very good. Let's try the same topic with Krupesh now.
Yes, ma'am. So, as per my perspective, and here it says discuss both of you and give your opinion. So, uh, I'm trying to discuss the first opinion about the job satisfaction is more important than the job security. So, there is a one of the most important reason is that if a person doesn't like a job, then it doesn't matter for him or her is it a permanent or part time. Eventually, if the job gives a person a mental pressure at the end of the day, then definitely he or she will leaving the job soon.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, a person might try to get another job. Meanwhile, he or she is doing that job which he or she doesn't like it.
They, just make it
So
they. Instead of he and she, you
okay,
can
yeah,
say they. Yeah, gender
they,
neutral. Huh?
yeah, sure. So yeah, eventually they prefer to do a job which they don't like it. Meanwhile, they are trying to get a new job which they love to do. And now here there is a one more another opinion is that I think job stable job is more valuable. So here I can connect this point with the first point. It is a my perspective, and then after I'll give one more example. So uh, people have a desired job or their desired designation, then definitely uh, that job will be stable for them because they will give their 100%. They will give their 100% while doing a job, and if people give their 100%, then company will not going to fire them. So this is
Okay.
the one of the perspective from my side. And the another, yeah, just a stable job is more valuable. As a myth by Kushal Bhai said that uh, in a fast growing world, we have a lot of things to pay at the end of the month, such as usually the rent, groceries, and if they have a family, then for education fees for their children's sorry education fees for their children, and any another leisure expenses. So for this topic, for this kind of points, stable job is more valuable because they will able to pay their other desires
Okay.
with the
So,
help of that unsecure job.
okay. So ultimately, you conclude by saying that job stability takes precedence. It's more important, right? Although you said that,
Um,
I feel that job satisfaction is also important. You did not disregard job satisfaction. You also
yes,
mentioned that job satisfaction also has its own place. It is not unimportant, it's not negligible. But you
yes,
also said one more thing, that when you are satisfied with your job, you'll automatically perform well, and that will
well,
lead to stability as well, right?
definitely.
ठीक है. Now let's
So,
go ahead and pay attention on the sample together. First, I'll read the sample. While I'm reading the sample, you can all pay attention to the screen. You can look at the words in front of you. You can write down the words which are either new or maybe not new, but something that doesn't come to your mind very easily, right? It can be either one of these cases. I know this word, but I'm not able to think of this word, during my exam. So you can take a look at the screen. We'll start with the introductory paragraph. In contemporary society, the debate between prioritizing job satisfaction and valuing job security has become increasingly salient. सेलिएंट का मतलब होता है जो तुरंत ध्यान में आ जाए, नोटवर्दी. सेलिएंट फीचर्स बोलते हैं ना, सबसे मतलब पहले जो आपके ध्यान में पड़े उसको सेलिएंट बोलते हैं. ठीक है, समथिंग यू कैन नोटिस वेरी वेरी इजीली. सो इन कंटेम्पररी सोसाइटी द डिबेट बिटवीन,
ma'am,
या
can you explain it again? That is
या
salient word.
salient is noticeable, something that comes to attention very quickly. Like ये प्रोडक्ट के salient features क्या है, उसके सबसे
Mhm.
noticeable features क्या है, that.
Okay, so it means we can use it as a noticeable,
નોંધનીય
noticeable,
કહેવાય ને ગુજરાતીમાં, નોંધનીય, જેના પર તરત ध्यान पड़े ए.
noticeable synonyms.
Yes. Okay. So again, opening line is very simple. We are just stating the current scenario कि आजकल ये दोनों मुद्दों के बीच में डिस्कशन काफी नोटिसेबल होता जा रहा है. लोग ये दोनों मुद्दों के बीच में बहुत चर्चा कर रहे हैं आजकल. दैट इज जस्ट स्टेटिंग द फैक्ट. ओके. In contemporary society, the debate between prioritizing job satisfaction and valuing job security has become increasingly salient. While some individuals contend that, challenge that, claim that, बोलना, दावो करवो. While some individuals say that, से हमको ज्यादा stronger word चाहिए, ठीक है? So while some individuals contend that personal fulfillment at work is most important, paramount, most important, ठीक है? While some individuals contend that personal fulfillment at work is paramount, others argue that, others assert that stability and financial assurance should take precedence. PRECEDENCE. शुड टेक प्रेसिडेंस मतलब शुड बी मोर इंपॉर्टेंट, ठीक है? सो ये दो व्यू पॉइंट है. हमने अब दो व्यू पॉइंट यहाँ पे बताए. एक व्यू पॉइंट क्या है? while some individuals contend that personal fulfillment at work is paramount, others assert that stability and financial assurance should take precedence. This essay will examine both perspectives before presenting a reasoned conclusion. Intro is very simple. First, you state the fact. What is the discussion that is going on? Then you talk about one viewpoint. Then you talk about the other viewpoint. And then you say that what this essay is going to do. This essay will examine both perspectives before presenting a reasoned conclusion. Now, let's move on to the first paragraph. ठीक है? In the first paragraph, we will talk about the supporters of job satisfaction. We'll talk about the advocates of job satisfaction, the proponents of job satisfaction. मतलब जो लोग job satisfaction को support करते हैं rather than stability. पहले उनकी बात करेंगे, ठीक है? On the one hand, proponents of job satisfaction argue that intrinsic motivation, plays a pivotal role in long-term well-being. Intrinsic का मतलब होता है अंदर से, from within, जो सीखना नहीं पड़ता है, समथिंग दैट कम्स नेचुरली ऑटोमेटिकली, बेसिकली अंदर थी. ओके, दैट इज इंट्रिंसिक. सो एक तरफ ये लोग क्या कहते हैं, ऑन द वन हैंड proponents of job satisfaction argue that intrinsic motivation plays a pivotal role in long term well being. Employees who derive genuine enjoyment from their work. See, this is a nice line. जो employees को अपने काम से genuinely enjoyment मिलता है, right? Employees who derive genuine enjoyment from their work are more likely to exhibit heightened productivity, show increased productivity. Show के जगह पे exhibit, एग्जिबिट करना, एग्जीबिशन बोलते हैं ना, दिखाना. heightened is increased. So exhibit heightened productivity, creativity, and commitment. I'll read this sentence again. Pay attention. I've highlighted it. Employees who derive genuine enjoyment from their work are more likely to exhibit heightened productivity, creativity, and commitment. For instance, individuals engaged in प्रोफेशंस अलाइंड विद देयर पैशंस. मतलब अगर आप एक ऐसे प्रोफेशन में हो जो आपके पैशन से मिलता जुलता है, ठीक है, तो उसके लिए हमने क्या लिखा, इंडिविजुअल्स एंगेज्ड इन प्रोफेशंस विच आर अलाइंड विद देयर पैशंस. ओके, individuals engaged in professions aligned with their passions often demonstrate resilience even in demanding circumstances. Resilience का मीनिंग क्या होता है, मुसीबत आने पे भी लगे रहना, टू नॉट गिव अप ना करना, डिफिकल्ट सिचुएशन में भी डटे रहना, उसको रेजिलियंट होना बोलते हैं. रेजिलियंट मीन्स स्ट्रॉन्ग बेसिकली, ठीक है. सो अगर आप ऐसा काम करते हो विच इज ऑल्सो योर पैशन, तो क्या होगा, दैट इवन इन डिमांडिंग सर्कमस्टेंसेस यू विल बी एबल टू शो रेजिलियंस. यू विल नॉट फील लाइक गिविंग अप, कि छोड़ो मुझे तो ये चीज करनी भी नहीं थी, ऐसे भी जबरदस्ती कर रहा हूं. यू विल नॉट हैव दैट, राइट? So again, I'll read this sentence one more time. For instance, individuals engaged in professions aligned with their passions often demonstrate resilience even in demanding circumstances. Next point, we've used the connector moreover. ठीक है? Moreover, job satisfaction contributes significantly to mental health. Mitigating, कम करना, we've done this before. Mitigate करना, reduce करना, okay? Moreover, job satisfaction contributes significantly to mental health, thus mitigating stress and burnout. Therefore, it is argued that a fulfilling career fosters not only professional success but also personal contentment. This is how you close the paragraph, okay, with a sentence, a strong sentence. Therefore, it is argued that a fulfilling career not only fosters not only professional success but also personal contentment. Okay, yeah, Karan, go ahead.
Ma'am, just a quick question.
Yep.
According to the paragraph, I can able to understand that in first.
I am able to. Can able nahi.
Yeah, I am able to understand that the first heading you mention about that what are you trying to say in the whole paragraph, right? And in second line,
Yes.
you provided with the explanation, and in third sentence you provided with an example,
Yes.
supporting example that what can be done and how it
Yes.
can be done and what are the outcomes of that. So if you do your professions align with their passions, so by that what will happen? So in the next you
Yep.
mention about that it will contribute significantly to mental health mitigation, stress
Yep.
and burnout. And in the last sentences, you mention about the like a conclusion,
Yep,
like a moral of the passage, right?
yep,
That is
yep.
correct. What I'm
Correct,
trying to understand from
correct,
this.
correct, 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 correct.
Okay,
Right?
so
That's a good way
let's
to go about it.
right. Okay, no. So because I am trying because in exam, if I don't know anything, so I can able to remember.
Hmm,
Yes, in this para, there should
hmm,
be one opening, then
hmm,
explanation, then
hmm,
example, and also
hmm.
provide a conclusion. If
Correct.
the topic is
Always,
not very much familiar with it, then
always provide a
okay,
conclusion
okay,
for
okay.
every
Yes,
paragraph.
yes. So this is the thing that I was not doing in my writing. Like I was just providing with the opening,
Okay.
explanation, and example. That's it.
Okay, you were not closing
Yes,
it properly.
yes. I was not closing it properly. I was doing the closing in the last paragraph, like to be conclude
Okay.
this. Okay,
ठीक
but
है,
right
that
now I
हाँ,
got a
good
no.
observation.
This
That good observation. That is obviously the final conclusion. But then I also feel that every paragraph, before jumping into the content of the paragraph, every paragraph should have its own individual intro and its own individual conclusion. It just, closes it up nicely. And then you are ready to leave that and move on to the next paragraph. So even for the person reading your essay, checking your essay, it's much more cleaner. It's less confusing for the person checking it, right?
yes.
Okay.
Okay, and then closing. Okay. But this was good learning for me because I was
Hmm.
losing the bands over here majorly. That's why I
Great.
cannot, come across with 6+ or
Okay.
6.5 are the max for me
Okay.
in
It's good
writing.
that you observed, you introspected, you figured out where you are going wrong, and then you provided a solution to yourself. So that's also very nice. Good.
Okay.
Chalo.
Yes.
We'll move on
Thank
to
you.
the next paragraph now. ठीक है?
Sorry.
Next paragraph में we will emphasize the importance of job security now, right? So, on the other hand, advocates of job security, they emphasize the indispensability of financial stability in an unpredictable economic climate. This sentence, one more time together. पहले तो we know the meaning of indispensable, something that's very very important, that is known as indispensable. Important का importance होता है ना, वैसे indispensable का indispensability हुआ, that's it. ठीक है? So on the other hand, advocates of job security, they emphasize on the importance of, they emphasize on the indispensability of financial stability, specifically in today's unpredictable economic climate. Got it? Yes, Hariom, you have a question.
Yes, ma'am. It was about the previous paragraph.
Okay.
Just wanted to know the meaning of contentment.
Ah, santusht, satisfaction.
Oh, oh yeah. Okay, okay.
कंटेंट एंड कंटेंट. कंटेंट मतलब स्पेलिंग सेम होगा, ठीक है? कंटेंट
Hmm,
मतलब अंदर जे माहिती છે, and this is
hmm.
content. Happy.
Contentment.
Spelling
Okay.
is the same though. Only pronunciation is different. Content and content. Okay. Let's read this one more time and then move on. This is a nice sentence. On the other hand, advocates of job security emphasize the indispensability of financial stability in an unpredictable economic climate. A secure job ensures a steady income, which is essential for meeting basic needs and supporting dependents, particularly in times of economic downturn. Individuals with stable employment are less vulnerable to financial hardship. Furthermore, job security provides a sense of predictability. Many people, you'll find that they say कि हमको predictable life पसंद है. Like we know कि हाँ, महीने के 7 तारीख को यहाँ पैसा कटता है, महीने के 7 तारीख को यहाँ से पैसा आता है. So it's not a surprising lifestyle where there are many surprises, that this month I earned a lot, next month you were not able to earn much, and then again you earned a lot of money. So that is unpredictability. कभी भी कुछ भी हो जाता है without warning. There are many, many, many people who thrive in, I am one of those people who kind of thrives in a more predictable environment, knowing what's happening. Of course, we say that life is unpredictable, right? But like right now, we are talking in terms of job security. So, what happens is that furthermore, job security provides a sense of predictability, enabling long term planning, such as investments and family commitments. For example, are you able to, make a long term investment until and unless you know that for the next X number of years, मुझे इतने पैसे आएंगे ही every month, every year. You can make those decisions only when you have that kind of financial security with you, right? That is why many people want a job that gives them security over even fulfillment, right? Very quickly, the paragraph again, please pay attention. On the other hand, advocates of job security emphasize the indispensability of financial stability in an unpredictable economic climate. A secure job ensures a steady income, which is essential for meeting basic needs and supporting dependents. Particularly in times of economic downturn, individuals with stable employment are less delicate, less vulnerable to financial hardship. Furthermore, job security provides a sense of predictability, enabling long term planning such as investments and family commitments. नाउ योर ओपिनियन, ठीक है? यहां पे आप लिखोगे माई, दिस इज वेयर योर ओपिनियन कम्स इनटू प्लेस. तो यहां पे प्रोनाउन होगा माई. सो हियर्स माय ओपिनियन. इन माय ओपिनियन, भले जॉब सेटिस्फैक्शन इंपॉर्टेंट होए, यहाँ पे वाइल दिखा ना, मतलब ही समझ ही जाना कि पीछे ऑपोजिट बोलेंगे, ठीक है? In my opinion, while job satisfaction is undeniably important, ना नहीं कह रहे हैं, job security constitutes the foundation upon which a sustainable career is built. In my opinion, while job satisfaction is undeniably important, job security constitutes the foundation upon which a sustainable career is built. Without financial stability, even the most fulfilling job may become a source of anxiety. However, the perfect scenario, the ideal scenario would involve a judicious balance between the two. So ultimately हमारा opinion भी यही रहा, to have a balance between the two. ठीक है? Then just one line of conclusion. In conclusion, although both job satisfaction and job security hold substantial importance, a stable job ultimately offers the necessary framework for overall well being. We are done with the first essay of the day. Now, one or two of you will read this out loud. Okay? So, just take a minute. I'll also have a sip of water and come. You guys can also have some water if you want. Kanan, your question, we'll take that quickly first.
There is no question about to reading the essay.
Sorry, there's no. No, you raised your
Yeah.
hand, I think. So you were asking something.
Yeah. No, I don't have any questions. So you just asked that two
Okay,
people
okay,
to
okay,
read.
okay.
So can
Yeah,
I?
yeah, no problem. Let's just have water and come back quickly. Hannah, give me also a moment. I'll just take a minute. All right, let's start. I think Karan had volunteered. So, Karan, you can read the question, the introductory paragraph, and the first paragraph very slowly, very calmly, in a way that we can check what mistakes you're making also.
Sure. Can you scroll a
Yeah, yeah,
little
yeah.
bit up so I can do it? And one more question it came
Yes.
into my mind of that in what kind of essays we can able to write five body paragraph, like in advantage, disadvantage, views and opinions, or in
Mostly
all
in
of that.
in 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 opinions, in give your own opinion
Okay,
in
in give
those.
your
Yeah.
opinions, right?
Otherwise, four paragraphs
Okay.
will suffice for all the others.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. Yes.
No problem. Start.
So the topic. Some people believe that job satisfaction is more important than job security, while others think that a stable job is more valuable. Discuss both views and give your opinion. In contemporary society, the debate between prioritizing job satisfaction and valuing job security has become increasingly salient. While some individuals contend that personal fulfillment at work is paramount, others assert that stability and financial assurance should take precedence. This essay will examine both perspectives before presenting a reasoned conclusion. On the one hand, proponents of job satisfaction argue that intrinsic motivation plays a pivotal role in long-term well-being. Employees who derive genuine enjoyment from their work are more likely to exhibit heightened productivity, creativity, and commitment. For instance, individuals engaged in professions aligned with their passions often demonstrate resilience even in demanding circumstances. Moreover, job satisfaction contributes significantly to mental health, mitigating stress and burnout. Therefore, it is argued that a fulfilling career fosters not only professional success but also personal contentment. On
Contentment.
the other, right?
Yeah,
CU
this is
and con.
contentment. That is writing, content writing. Okay. Great
Okay,
improvement in
contentment.
your reading compared to how you had started. So much more fluent, lesser mistakes, pronunciations are also better. And I think you're more confident also. So good. Okay. Next
Thank you.
paragraph. Let us move on to, let's see, Mithil has been a little quiet today.
Okay.
Mithil, yeah.
Uh, from start, ma'am?
Other hand se leke conclusion tak. Then we'll move on to
Okay.
the next essay.
On the other hand, advocates of job security emphasize the indispensability of financial stability in an unpredictable economic climate. A secure job ensures a steady income, which is essential for meeting basic needs and supporting dependents. Particularly in times of economic downturns, individuals with stable employment are less vulnerable to financial hardship. Furthermore, job security provides a sense of predictability, enabling long term planning such as investments and family commitments. In my opinion, while job satisfaction is undeniably important, job security constitutes the foundation upon which a sustainable career is built.
Career.
Without financial stability, even the most fulfilling job may become a source of anxiety. However, the ideal scenario would involve a judicious balance between the two. In conclusion, although both job satisfaction and job security hold substantial importance, a stable job ultimately offers the necessary framework for overall well-being.
Brilliant. Nice. Now, very quickly, I wanted to cover two topics in today's session. We'll move on to the next one, guys. Okay. Next one is a topic that's about raising children, about how to raise children. So, very straightforward topic again. A little vague also, to be honest. Thoda precise nahi hai. Some people believe that children should be raised strictly, while others think they should be given more freedom. discuss both views and give your opinion. Why I say this topic is vague, because even the definition of strict might vary from, maybe culture to culture, person to person, region to region. What is strict for me might not be that strict for you. So, this is very much based on how you see the word strict, what it means for you. So it's vague. In that sense, it's vague. But I think overall, when we say being strict, it means being more disciplinary, being more, parental figures rather than friends. There are many parents who now believe in being more friendly with their kids, being able to talk about everything. So this is again another topic where I think a balance and equilibrium is something that will be very important given today's social climate, today's scenario. I think children need equal amounts of love as well as discipline. Being only strict will probably not work. That's just my opinion, though. You will get to talk about it. We'll give the same topic to Sailesh to talk on it for 2 minutes, and to Nilay, because both of you haven't had a chance to converse today. So we'll think about it first and then we'll talk. Others can also think about it in the meanwhile if you come up with anything. So, again, if you had to ask me, I again have a very practical viewpoint on this. I feel that just being strict or restricting children from doing things is going to backfire. It will never actually work, because children are actually going to end up doing what they want to do any which ways. You cannot have indefinite control over them, right? That's not going to happen. So I think I would encourage an atmosphere where they can see parents as their friends. They are able to talk to their parents about whatever they are going through, whatever they are feeling. That transparency is very, very important. But at the same time, there definitely should be boundaries. There, every household must follow certain rules, and everybody should know that, these rules are not to be broken. So, a structure, a discipline is very much important. But I'll not give out the rest of the points. So, you have something to say. नहीं तो आप लोग फिर बोलते नहीं हो, आपको लगता है repetition है, ma'am has already said it. So I'll hold myself back here. Whenever you're ready, Sailesh, you can start, followed by Nilay, and then if anybody else wants to add, of course, um, me, Thariom, Kaushal, if anybody has viewpoints here, Karan, Krupesh, you can also after them.
Okay. Yeah, I can start, I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
deep breath, calm, collected mind, not scattered, है ना? Chalo, start.
Yeah. So in contemporary era, people believes
Contemporary.
contemporary era,
See, ये
people
रहा.
believes
It's here.
yeah,
Hmm.
contemporary. In the contemporary era, people
Hmm.
believes children
Believes
should be
nahi,
raised.
believes nahi. People.
People believe
Good. Hmm.
people believe their children should be raised with fully freedom,
Okay.
while on other hand, many people believes or many people advocates
S
that
नहीं.
their
S
children
हटा दो. S हटा दो.
many people advocate
Hmm.
children should be raised with
Stricter
restrictions.
guidelines, restrictions.
Restrictions. So there are two types of arguments. One group of people had children should
Hmm.
freely with all the freedoms they
Hmm.
have. There are group of people who are more liberal. They see
Okay.
the world that everyone chance to live their life as per their own way and as per their own goal.
Hmm.
So they believe that these children should have that option from their birth itself. I would say once they have 5 to 6 year older, they should have all the terms which requires. They would be able to choose their friends,
Hmm.
their religion, or the how they want to perform in society. In fact, there are for peoples they believe group
Hmm.
of people they believe even children wants to uh, separately or live with with a relation, they are freely allowed to live with friends.
Okay.
This is not this is only possible if children are enough, because for that should also have to do all activities by them
I think your
without
voice is breaking up a little bit, Sailesh bhai. Possible. Live with friends. After that, kind of missed out on what you are
uh,
saying.
uh, it- and
Um, Anybody else having the same problem, or is it just me? Yeah,
Same
Yeah,
problem
I
then.
think
yeah,
everyone.
yeah, yeah.
Same problem.
Like he's audible, but
It's
quite
kind of
low.
breaking in between.
Yeah, low and
Yes.
breaking. Yeah.
Seems like a connection issue, though.
Hello,
Yes, Sailesh bhai, we can hear you.
is it better now?
Much better. Much, much better.
Yeah, so that should be some problem on my headphones.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, so we were discussing that there are two groups of people. One are more liberal, they believe that people should get all the, sorry, children should get all the facilities and amenities what they
Okay.
want to do, but they don't want to restrict their child to do any kind of activity and restrict them to do on certain activities based on their personal belief.
Okay.
While on other hand, there are set of group of people who always force them children to live the way how they have lived their life.
Okay.
They wanted to see or they wanted to fulfill their dreams by their child.
True. They want to
They
fulfill their dreams through their children. They
through
kind of
their children.
impose. थोपना बोलते
They
हैं ना, they
impose,
impose their
yeah,
viewpoints.
they impose their viewpoint on the childrens, and all the guidelines they finalize for their childrens, and strictly force them to follow the guidelines like when to sleep, how to sleep, uh, and yeah,
Even
and what kind of friends.
what to study, what kind of career to pursue. We have a lot of Asian parents that are like that.
Correct, correct. In education, from education to their friend circle to their hobbies and everything was is controlled by their parents.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
what do you
So
think? What is a better way of approaching parenthood?
so there would be the balance. There would be the balance approach should be taken by parents wherever some help required by the children's. Parents should always be there to support their children's. They should be providing all the guidance to their children's, how to live, what to do, when to
Okay.
do, kind of things. But they should not enforce any kind of rules on them.
Okay.
Let them choose what they want to do, how they want to do, but not with the strict restrictions.
Understood.
Parents should be always friendly with their children so that their
Okay.
children should freely express themselves, and they will not do any activity behind their back.
Very
They'll
nice.
be always they'll always able to freely express themselves
Even
if
if they make
parent
a
will be more
mistake, they'll
friendly.
have the courage to go and tell their parents rather than parents finding out. Am I right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Chalo. Very nice. Same topic, Nilay. Let's pass it on to you. What are your opinions?
Mm,
I think you're on, yeah, you're on mute, Nilay. Go
Okay,
ahead.
sorry. Yeah. So in current era, there has been a controversial debate going on
Hmm.
with two kinds of groups.
Hmm.
So there are firstly there are peoples who believes that who believe
You're,
that
you're, you're are all children's peoples, right? People.
yeah
People is bahuvachan.
yeah
It's plural. Person becomes
yeah
people. Child becomes children.
yeah
Okay.
okay. There are people who believe that children should get raised under a very strict environment, While on other hand, there are individuals who also believe that they should get a freedom.
Okay.
Yeah, I, I'll be I'll be talking on both of the point of views over here.
Okay.
Yeah, to begin with, the first kind of people, they want to raise their children in certain kind of a environment where they want their will,
Very good.
their own will that their children should follow.
Good.
And they they also not getting the ideas, but
Hmm.
I'll 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 make it natural more
Okay.
than
Don't worry
okay.
about that.
Yeah.
Just say what you
So
have to
yeah.
say.
So
It's okay.
when
Yeah.
yeah. So due to such
Hmm.
mentality,
Hmm.
it can lead children to
Hmm.
the other way. So their own childhood can grow up in a
Hmm.
whole fear and anxiety. So
Okay.
it can lead to the mental fatigue as well for
Hmm.
the children, and they cannot op-
Hmm.
open their views to their parents.
Hmm.
And uh, this such kind of environment can lead to the serious depression in their
Okay.
age, where children should get in real sense, where children should get they should have they have to enjoy
Okay.
and live their life fully. But there but on other hand, there are people who believe that children should get freedom.
Hmm.
But while if children are getting a full freedom,
Hmm.
so there are higher chances that they can get out of the hands of their parents as well.
Okay.
They can go on the wrong path. They can go on the wrong path, as well as there are higher chances as well they can develop such
Habits
habits. Yeah, such habits that should not they
that are
should not
harmful,
develop.
that are detrimental to them.
Yeah, yeah. So that are detrimental to them. So on my view,
In my view.
there should be in my view there should be a harmony
Hmm.
that should get maintained. Parents should get maintained. So it is not like that they should control their children, but whenever there is a need to speak up, they should tell their children, and children should be able to accept the constructive feedback from their parents, and
All right.
they should, yeah, they should be able to change their habits as well as the
Mm-hmm.
way of life they are living. And on talking about the freedom,
Mm-hmm.
uh, on e- on each and every point, parents should not point out their children. They should give some freedom. So naturally, children, if children are making a mistake, so they can
Mm-hmm.
notice the mistake and they can guide their children in a
Okay.
proper manner, rather than being a what should we call
Rather
it?
than being very punitive
Uh,
about it, punishment dena har baat mein, rather than being punitive,
yeah,
punishing rather than punishing, right?
yeah, rather than being punishing every time to their
Okay.
children. Yeah,
ठीक है,
that's it
makes
from my
sense.
end.
So I'm very glad that despite not having a lot of content, despite the topic feeling very unnatural to you, you didn't give up. You still ended up speaking for a good 2 minutes or more, I think. And that's what the exam demands of you, right? That even if you don't know a lot about that topic, even if you don't have a lot of thoughts, you should be able to do it then and there in the exam, whether it's writing or it's speaking. So there I would say that you've been successful, Nilay. Of course, we struggled a little bit in the beginning. We took a lot of time to get into the flow, but still, you didn't give up. You managed to complete the task on hand. That's a big thing for me. Okay. Um,
Yeah.
let's see. Not a lot of difficult words to trip you over, but we've written a decent enough essay. Let's start with the introductory paragraph. Pay
Ma'am,
attention. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
sorry for interruption, but
Uh huh.
I cannot hold back this question I
Yes.
was having. So basically, I've heard several, like I have heard many people here speaking.
Mm-hmm.
My main question was,
Mm-hmm.
Some of them were having a very good idea, some
Mm-hmm.
of them were lacking ideas.
Mm-hmm.
And so my question is like, is it possible that if you don't have idea, and even then after, because there is a very
Mm-hmm.
pure contrast between when other people are speaking like Nilay, Sailesh Bhai, or
Mm-hmm.
Nilay Bhai, Sailesh Bhai, or any other, and when you
Mm-hmm.
are speaking, even
Mm-hmm.
if you're not having the ideas, you are very clear enough, right? Agar if someone is sleeping also, if you will speak, then everybody
Mm-hmm.
might be like awakened, like clear, profound, not profound, clear and very like
Mm-hmm.
straightforward answer. So
Okay.
my question is कि question like how to
Mm-hmm.
develop that kind of strength in order to, और दूसरी वो भी कि even if you are not having the content,
Mm-hmm.
even the listener will think that oh, he is a good speaker,
Mm-hmm.
he is a
I'll
very nice,
answer
तो
both. I'll answer
impression
both.
होती है
I'll
ना.
answer both. Yes, I'll answer
I
both.
might,
Okay. I got it.
yeah.
Number one, say for example, I don't have a lot of content, right? Take it. I don't have a lot of content, but I have enough vocabulary and enough sentences in that particular language to maybe even repeat my points without making it very obvious that it's a repetition. I will use my knowledge of the language there. And what you said about the other thing, that even when you might not have a lot of idea, why do you always still sound clear, right? I'll give you one very simple answer to that. There are times I'm very confused, especially this children wala topic. You are aware, right? I'm on my way to becoming a parent. And right now, this topic is very confusing for me. Like, I have no idea what I'll do when my child gets here, right? So, this is not a topic that I have any idea about right now. What you saw me do is basically not clarity, but practiced performance. Having been doing the same thing, like imagine if I've been doing this for 15 years, I have to be at least that good, na? Otherwise, it's a shame. It's practice
हम लोग
performance.
मैम कैसे कर सकते हैं, लाइक हाउ वी कैन साउंड वेरी क्लियर इनफ कि अगर उसको, अगर आंसर आए भी नहीं ना, व्हेन वी आर ऑन इन लाइक इन फ्रंट ऑफ द इंटरव्यूअर इन एग्जाम, इवन वी डोंट हैव इवन अ सिंगल नॉलेज अबाउट दैट, तो हाउ टू मेक हिम मेक
अपने
श्योर
मुंह
कि भाई.
से निकले हुए एक एक शब्द को बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंस देना. टू फील लाइक आपके मुंह से निकला हुआ हर शब्द अमृत है. To feel that way about yourself, to genuinely,
ओके,
and to sell that you are somebody,
हाँ वो
you are
सेलिंग की
your
बात कर रहा
own salesman at that time, you're your
हूँ.
own salesperson at that time. It's actually that at that moment, है ना?
ओके,
You got
गुड
my
गुड,
point though, right?
गॉट इट, अंडरस्टूड.
Okay. Chalo, let's read the question and then go ahead with the sample. Okay? Some people believe that children should be raised strictly, while others think they should be given more freedom. Discuss both views and give your opinion. Fine, easy topic. The question of whether children should be raised, current same format follow हो रहा है वापस, आप ध्यान देना, ठीक है? The question of whether children should be raised under strict supervision or granted greater freedom. The question of whether children should be raised under strict supervision or granted greater autonomy has sparked के लिए यहाँ पे last time एक word किया था, spurred, has spurred considerable debate. While some advocate for discipline and structure, others argue that freedom is essential for holistic development, 360-degree development, all round development, holistic development. Okay. While some advocate for discipline and structure, others argue that freedom is essential for holistic development. This essay will explore both viewpoints before expressing, articulate karna, express karna, okay? Before articulating a balanced perspective. Let's start with one side. We'll talk about strict parenting first, okay? To begin with, supporters, proponents of strict upbringing maintain that discipline instills essential values such as responsibility, respect, and self control. Structured environments provide clear boundaries which help children differentiate between, distinguish between, दोनों के बीच भेद कर पाना, ठीक है, which help children distinguish between acceptable and unacceptable behavior. For example, adherence to rules. ADHERE, adhere करना मतलब पालन करना, ठीक है, पालन, to follow. For example, adherence to rules regarding study routines and social conduct, social behavior, social conduct can cultivate a strong work ethic and moral integrity. Additionally, strict parenting में यहाँ पे वर्ड है शील्ड. शील्ड का मतलब होता है प्रोटेक्ट करना, ठीक है. स्ट्रिक्ट पेरेंटिंग में शील्ड चिल्ड्रन फ्रॉम harmful influences, from detrimental influences, thereby safeguarding their future. Not very difficult words. I've kept it simple today. The other side, we'll talk about people who support autonomy, who support freedom, who support a more friendly style of parenting. Okay. So, on the other hand, जो आप लिख सकते हो conversely. Okay. Conversely, those in favor of a more liberal approach argue that autonomy fosters creativity, independence, and critical thinking. यहाँ पे क्या तीन क्वालिटीज लिए थे? रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, रिस्पेक्ट, सेल्फ कंट्रोल. यहां पे लिया creativity, independence, and critical thinking. When children are encouraged to make their own decisions, they develop problem solving skills and confidence. Furthermore, excessive माने के अतिशय, furthermore, excessive control may lead to resentment, hatred, नफरत. हेट के लिए कुछ कुछ सिनोनिम्स देखते हैं यहां पे, चलो. Hate, detest, abhor, ABHOR. Can you think of anything else? Dislike उतना strong नहीं है. Hate is a stronger word. Of course, जो ऊपर है, resent. ठीक है. Furthermore, excessive control may lead to resentment and hinder emotional expression. I like this one here. देखो, a permissive environment. એવું વાતાવરણ જ્યાં permission છે. A permissive environment when guided appropriately. Permission, but with guidance. Huh? They are not talking about removing guidance. A permissive environment, when guided appropriately, allows children to explore their interests and develop a sense of individuality. Here you will see that both paragraphs are equal in the number of points, in the amount of insistence कितना strong है. It's basically indicating to the paper checker already कि भाई यहाँ पे तो balanced approach ही आने वाला है. कोई भी एक side को ज्यादा precedence देते हुए ज्यादा significant नहीं बताया गया है, ठीक है. So in my view, an overly rigid or excessively lenient, ये strict का opposite होता है. LENIENT, leniency जे कहवाए. In my view, an overly rigid भी नहीं or excessively lenient approach, આ બંનેઓ can both be counterproductive. Negative, उल्टा होना, counterproductive. जो चाहिए उसका उल्टा होना, ठीक है, can be counterproductive. Instead, a balanced parenting style that combines discipline with freedom is most beneficial. Parents should establish clear guidelines while simultaneously, jode jode, together. Parents should establish clear rules, clear structure, clear guidelines while simultaneously encouraging independent thought and self expression. In conclusion, Although strict upbringing provides structure and security, granting children a degree of freedom is equally vital for their personal growth. A nuanced approach, nuanced જેમાં अलग अलग लेयर હોય, एकदम ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट नहीं, अलग अलग लेयर, ठीक है? A nuanced approach that integrates both elements is likely to yield, produce, is likely to yield, is likely to produce, generate the most favorable outcomes. So if you pay attention, in this sample also कुछ ज्यादा points नहीं है. Basically, they have not come up with any new points other than what we already discussed. It's basically the same thing. Content wise, it's not very heavy, it's not very rich. It's a very, small essay if you look at it that way. It's just been written using more number of words and sentences. Yes, Karan, ask.
Ma'am, in body paragraph second,
Hmm.
from a permissive environment,
Hmm.
on the last line, a
Hmm.
permissive environment, when guided appropriately, allows children to explore their interests
Hmm.
and develop a sense of individuality.
Hmm.
So I think that this kind of sentence is complex, where
Yep.
you have maintained about the dependent and independent,
Yep.
because independent is a permissive environment, right? Because it is not connected to anybody.
Yep.
But as we move on to the second sentence, when guided correctly,
Hmm.
allows
Hmm.
children to explore their interest and
Hmm.
develop a sense of individuality. So that is a
Correct.
dependent clause,
Correct.
right? Because the second sentence is dependent on a permissive environment. कि अगर
Yes, it's
permissive
dependent
environment
on
टाइप
that.
ही अगर
तो ये
permissive
होगा.
environment टाइप ही तो आ थશે
Correct.
આવું થશે sorry okay.
While you are absolutely correct, I would like to simplify it in your mind. लंबे sentences, छोटे sentences. लंबे sentences properly connect करके. With the little amount of time that you have, language को naturally उतारो, grammar को करो side में. Might be a controversial opinion, might not always work, but with the kind of timeline that we are working with, but you already know it, clarity है, so ठीक है, not bad in your case because you already know it. Yeah, पूछो ना Karan, it's
and
okay. Yeah.
and one more question, that whenever we put a comma,
Uh-huh.
right? So like in not in this kind of sentences,
Hmm.
in the another sentences, whenever we put comma, that we are
Other,
trying
another
to
नहीं. Other એટલે બીજા, another એટલે બીજું એક. Another is
okay,
બીજું એક. We are saying બીજા, other.
others, okay. So in other sentences, if we put comma in between, so like we are supporting the both of the sentences, like 1 plus 2 is equal to 3,
No, it really
comma.
depends, Karan. It actually really depends on the sentence. Sometimes it's to add another point. Sometimes it's, supporting each other. Sometimes there are two independent thoughts being expressed together. It really depends. Sometimes it's a break in the sentence. It depends on what we are going for.
Okay.
Comma is a mini full stop, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
For what you are saying, I think you'd use connectors, in fact.
Connectors. Sure.
Okay, so let's have
Done.
a reading of this one also. This time read the question, paragraph number, intro paragraph and paragraph 1. This time I think let's start with Kaushal, chalo, and then move on to Hari Om. He hasn't read today, I believe. Kaushal, question.
Yeah. Some people believe that children should be raised strictly, while others think they should be given more freedom. Discuss both views and give your opinion.
Yeah.
The question of whether children should be raised under strict supervision or granted greater autonomy has sparked considerable debate.
Good.
While some advocate for discipline and structure, others argue that freedom is essential for holistic development. This essay will explore both viewpoints before articulating a balanced perspective.
Very nice. Clear reading,
To
Kaushal.
begin,
Good.
To begin with, supporters of strict upbringing maintain that discipline instills essential values such as responsibility, respect, and self control. Structured environments provide clear boundaries which help children distinguish between acceptable and unacceptable behavior.
Hmm.
For example, adherence,
Adherence.
adherence, adherence, okay,
Good, good, good.
adherence to rules regarding study routines and social conduct can cultivate a strong work ethic and moral integrity.
Moral.
Additionally,
Moral.
moral, moral, right?
हाँ, you said moral, right? मोर वाला, मोर, peacock. अपना होगा moral.
Moral,
Hmm.
okay, moral. Additionally, strict parenting may shield children from detrimental influences, thereby safeguarding their future.
Give me one more paragraph. थोड़ा interruption
Converse,
हुआ.
Conversely, those in favor of a more liberal approach argue that autonomy fosters creativity, independence, and critical thinking. When children are encouraged to make their own decisions, they develop problem solving skills and confidence.
Hmm.
Furthermore, excessive control may lead to resentment
Hmm.
and hinder emotional expression.
Hmm.
A permissive environment, when guided appropriately, allows children to explore their interests and develop a sense of individuality. In
Individuality.
my view,
Okay, we'll give this
individuality.
part to Hariom now, right? Good. Nice reading. Chalo
Okay.
Hariom.
In my view, an overly rigid or excessively lenient approach can be counterproductive. Instead, a balanced parenting style that combines discipline with freedom is most beneficial. Parents should establish clear guidelines while simultaneously encouraging independent thought and self expression. In conclusion, although strict upbringing provides structure and security, granting children a degree of freedom is equally vital for their personal growth. A nuanced approach that integrates both elements is likely to yield the most favorable outcomes.
All right, very nice. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I must say one thing. I can see that there has been an improvement in the way that you guys are reading. And to me, this improvement today is quite noticeable. I saw it in a couple of you. I saw how your pronunciations have changed. Even the speed, the flow in which you are reading, that has also improved. So definitely, I have not said this before क्योंकि इससे पहले मुझे उतना दिखा भी नहीं था. Today I've seen it, so I'm commenting on that. I'll also stop the recording here because the content of today's session is done. We can then continue talking and doing other things. Let me just stop here.